Chiefs country. Today, we will be breaking down how Brett Veach, the genius GM for the Chiefs, has partnered with Andy Reid to turn this team into a dynasty in a short period of time. Let's get into it. Brett Veach has done nothing short of changing the culture in Kansas City for the better, as he has set this team up for decade-long success. Here is how he started. After following Andy Reid over from the Veach took the position of pro and college personnel analyst with the Chiefs. 2 years later, in 2015, he was eventually promoted to co-director of player personnel. 2 years after that, he was promoted to general manager. Although he wasn't officially the GM until after the draft, I still gave him credit because Andy Reid in the front office valued his knowledge of finding talent. It was said that Veach spent countless hours scouting and studying Patrick Mahomes before the Chiefs drafted him, well before he was even draft eligible. So that kind of let you know how he felt about Patrick Mahomes. He just knew that guy was special from day one. During his tenure with the Chiefs, Veach has assembled a championship roster on a year-in and year-out basis. Under his leadership, the Chiefs have won 5 straight AFC West division championships, hosted 5 straight AFC Conference Championship games at Arrowhead Stadium. On Sunday, when the Chiefs take on the Eagles, that will be the 3rd Super Bowl appearance in 4 years. Under his leadership, he also boasts 1 championship and a 2-time MVP in Patrick Mahomes, who he was very high on well before the 2017 draft. As he stated numerous times, he started scouting Patrick Mahomes his freshman year in college. Veach has managed to find starters in every single draft. Some gems from his 2017 draft includes future Hall of Famer Patrick Mahomes and former Chiefs running back Kareem Hunt, who was released after a video surfaced of him putting the beats on his girlfriend. In 2018, the lone standout from his 2018 draft class, who is now a starter and excellent run stuffer for the Chiefs, is Derek Nandi, who was drafted in the 3rd round. Lacking a first-round pick in 2019, he had to dig deep to find talent in the 2nd and later rounds, and he did just that, drafting McCole Hardman in the 2nd round, Juan Thornhill in the 2nd round from a Rams pick they traded for, his 2020 draft class gems includes Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Willie Gay Jr., Lucas Niang, L'Jarius Sneed, Mike Danna. This was a big draft class for the Chiefs, and those guys have paid huge dividends throughout the seasons and will play a crucial role in this upcoming Super Bowl against the Eagles. In his 2021 draft class, he selected standout linebacker Nick Bolton in the 2nd round and all-pro center Creed Humphrey in the 2nd round. He also managed to find Mahomes another security blanket in tight end Noah Gray, and spent the 6th round pick beefing up the O-line, selecting guard Trey Smith, who had a 1st through 2nd round grade on him, but fell in the draft due to blood clots in his lung. In his 2022 draft class, he acquired extra picks before the draft by trading Tyreek Hill. Me personally, I think he hit on all of these picks. With the first 2 rounders, he selected McDuffie and Karlaftis. Both have become dependable guys on defense and have showed improvements throughout the season. In the 2nd round, he selected Sky Moore, who has stepped up and made plays for us throughout the season. We have recently seen him, make a big punt return in the Bengals game. That put the Chiefs in a great position to win that game. We also seen him step up and have a big game for the division when they played the Chargers back in November. We had a lot of bodies drop that game. He came up and he stepped up and he had some, huge routes and huge catches against Derwin James, who was guarding him one-on-one. With their other 2nd round pick, they selected Brian Cook, who has become an instant plug-and-play piece for the Chiefs defense. Like all of the other rookies, we have seen him make improvements over time. In the 4th round, they selected Joshua Williams from HBCU Fayetteville State, deep, finding 2 studs in Jalen Watson and Isaiah Pacheco. Both guys have been huge for the Chiefs and have produced many highlight moments for the Chiefs throughout the season. And I would say those guys definitely are lockdown starters for next year. That's just my personal opinion. Both have flashed and made tremendous plays. Veach has also played a huge role in some trades. Mahomes said his first year, and started the next, which led to Alex Smith being traded to Washington. Brett Veach played a huge role in that happening. That shows supreme confidence in Mahomes. Some other notable trades include Frank Clark, who bolstered our pass rush, Orlando Brown Jr., who has been solid, although he's given up, quite a bit of pressures. Overall, he's been solid for us. I think, it was a good trade for us. The questionable Tyreek Hill trade turned out to work, better for us as we were able to add depth across the roster. This year, right before the trade deadline, Veach went out and acquired Kadarius Toney, and if he can stay healthy, I think that's an absolute steal. You get a dynamic player, for a third-round pick. I think if he can stay on the field and stay healthy, we won that trade. Henny played in some big postseason moments for the Chiefs. One being against the Jaguars, that was the most recent. The last few years, we have seen Toney become a staple of that offensive front. You've seen McKinney become one of Pat Mahomes' more reliable targets. And the offseason additions in Juju and Scanlon, those guys made timely plays all season long and at certain points throughout this postseason, which is why I put them on this list. I chose to include Charvarius Ward because the Chiefs signed him in 2018 and developed him into a top 5 to 7 corner in this league. 49ers gave him big money, so that speaks volumes. Chiefs didn't seem like they were willing to match, as they do a great job at developing younger corners. So I guess they figured they'd start the process all over again. Last but not least on this list is undrafted free agent Tommy Townsend, who will go on to become an All-Pro and get selected to the Pro Bowl this year. As he was the best punter in all of football this year, and that's been huge for the Chiefs at times, as field position and defensive games are crucial. So he's definitely been big for the Chiefs. He was an undrafted free agent, so that was a big signing by Brett Veach. I think the biggest of them all was Tyrann Mathieu, as he was the leader of the defense. He brought the energy and led the culture of the defense. He has done a tremendous job in developing his team and adding depth at every position. Year in and year out, he assembles rosters that keep this team competitive. He often finds diamonds in the rough in later rounds in the draft, and he also acquires, underrated signings and free agency. I look forward to seeing how much more this team can achieve under his leadership. Chiefs Country. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like my video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content.